Good morning, class. Welcome to the online classes for physics. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is gravitation. You have already seen the chapter laws of motion and the work energy power. This will be a session for the gravitation. And in the next class we will be seeing the rotational motion. After that we will be seeing the revision questions for your unit 1, 2 and 3 together. So see the chapter, that what is gravitation. We are already familiar with the topic that what gravitation is. That is, gravitation is an attractive force that it will attract the other body with some force, and this force of attraction by the our earth on any other body is said to be the gravitational force. So gravitational force is a force of attraction that attracts any other body with some force which is kept on the surface of the earth. That may be with some height also, but on around the earth it will exert some force, and this force of attraction due to the earth on any other object present on the surface is said to be the gravitation. So gravitation is an attractive force between the sun or the earth, right? And similarly, gravity is the special case of gravitation, that is, if attracting body is the earth, then the gravity, it is said to be the gravity. But if you talk about gravitation, then it is an attractive force, and if you talk about the earth, then it is gravity. Okay. And we know that firstly this was seen by the Einstein, that when he was sitting under the apple tree, he saw that an apple falls down, and he just considered that whenever a body comes to be going to the vertically upward or it be on the surface, it used to always attract towards the downward direction itself. So there may be some force that is acting on every body in the vertically downward direction, and these force acting in the vertically downward direction is said to be the gravity. So gravity is due to the earth, that is, the gravitational force is the attractive force, and this attractive force due to the earth is said to be the. So gravity is attracting every body on the surface of the earth, and this gravity is acting by the center of the earth. That's why every body is always used to come to the downward direction, whether it is a motion or whether it is in rest, but it comes towards the center of the earth, and center is below the earth's surface, and that is below the land. So that's why we used to be attracted towards the center itself, that is, we attracted towards the surface or the downward direction. Similarly, then we have seen that the gravitation force is used to be given by the capital G. Similarly, small g is also there. Then what that small g is, that is acceleration due to gravity. So what this acceleration due to gravity, whenever a body is allowed to fall in the downward direction, and this downward direction, if we are just assuming that we are just throwing a ball, that too in the upward direction, on throwing this we are giving that ball a velocity by the means of our muscular force, right? We are allowing the body to move in the upward direction, and it will move in the upward direction with the velocity with which we have given to that body, right? We have just given the body a velocity, and with that velocity it will go vertically upward direction, and after that to a height, when it will reach to its maximum height, the velocity will become 0. That is, the velocity exerted by us becomes 0. Now it will come downward, and to come downward direction there would be some velocity, right? So something is attracting in the downward direction, that is gravity, we have already read. So now the velocity is changing, so this varying velocity is said to be the acceleration. So coming back or going to the upward direction, the velocity is varying, and this velocity varying is said to be the acceleration. So the acceleration of the body with which it is coming to the downward direction, it is due to the gravity. So we can say that it is acceleration due to gravity. If the body is moving upward direction, so the gravity will be acting in it in the opposite direction. So whenever a body will move in the vertically upward direction, it will be taken as minus g, and it will, when move to the downward direction, it is in the direction of the gravity, it will taken as a positive. So g will be taken as positive. We know that what is free falling bodies, that is, whenever a body is allowed to fall in the downward direction, and if no other force is acting on that body, like if you used to jump from an height, or you know the example bungee jumping also, if you are just dropping any object from the height of the terrace, right? All these are that the body are coming in the downward direction itself, and we are not giving any velocity to it, so no other force is also acting on it to attract towards the downward direction. So it is falling in the downward direction only due to the influence of the gravity. So gravity is only attracting it to the downward direction, so it is bringing it in the downward direction. So the only force acting on that body should be the gravitational force itself. No other influence, no other force should be influenced on that body. So the motion of the body under the influence of the gravity is said to be the free falling body, right? And this acceleration of this free falling body due to the gravity is said to be the acceleration due to gravity. That is, whenever a body falls towards the center of the earth or towards the surface of the earth, its velocity is more than that of the velocity is moved in the vertical upward direction. That is, if we are throwing a ball with 5 meter per second, but whenever it will come in the downward direction, it will move or it accelerate with more velocity. That is, the velocity may be of 6 or 7 meter per second, so it will come in the downward direction with more force, that it will be moving with a large acceleration or with the more velocity than that we have imparted the velocity in the initial condition. So it will be moving with a high velocity, that is, the acceleration is high. So we can say that the velocity whenever it comes downwards will increasing, and this increasing is due to the acceleration of the gravity. So the body is accelerating, and that is due to the gravity of the earth. So it is said to be the acceleration due to gravity. Okay. So this acceleration is produced in the freely falling bodies due to the pull of the earth, and this g, it is denoted by the letter small g, and the gravitational force is denoted by the letter capital G. Okay. So this is also vector quantity because it depends on the direction, that is upward direction or in the downward direction. Similarly, in the Newton's law of motion also we have seen that weight and the mass, that is, mass is a quantity present inside a body, but weight is a kind of force that is acted in the downward direction due to the gravity. So any gravitational pull or the attractional force of the earth exerted on that object in the downward direction is said to be the weight. So the unit of the weight is also given by Newton, that is, weight's formula will be the mass and the gravity together acting, so it will be given as mg. So weight will be given as mg, it is a form of force, that is why its unit will also be Newton, and weight will be acting always in the downward direction because the weight is attracted towards the center of the earth, so it is given as m into g. Now Newton's universal law of gravitation. What is Newton's universal law of gravitation? This maybe I have read in the previous classes also, that is 8th, 9th, 10th. You may have read that whenever there are two objects, and if we take the distance between these two objects as r, then let the masses of both the objects be m1 and m2, then the force acting on these two objects will be due to the gravity, that is, the attraction force acting on the two objects present in the earth is said to be the gravitational force, which is given as, that is, it is directly proportional to the mass of the product of the mass of the two objects and inversely proportional to the distance between them. So it is equals to g, that is given as force, because now we have not considered force because we are just taking F, that is force acting on the attraction force only. Now we will be taking as what is the gravitational force is, that is given m1 m2 upon r square. If we consider this in proportional sign into equal, it will become g m1 m2 upon r square. From here, if we take out the value of g, it will be f r square upon m1 m2. So what will be the unit of g, that is f, it is given as Newton, that is r square, it will be meter square, and per m1 m2, then it will be kg square. So this is the unit for the universal gravitational constant. So from the Newton's universal law, he told about the universal gravitational constant. So in the Newton's law, he saw an apple falling from a tree. So he just thought that the force which attracts apple towards the earth is due to the force of attraction, and that is where the moon is also attracting towards the earth and is rotating in an orbit. So from here, he just considered that there is some attracting force acting from the center of the earth, and this force is exerted on any object kept on the earth, on due to some height also it is acting, but to a range. So it acts only to a considered range. So this is the Newton's law of gravitation. So from here, he took the value of the g, that is g given as m1 m2 upon r square. So from g, it will be f r square upon m1 m2, and the dimension is given here, that is g will be taken as m's dimension is mlt minus 2 into r square, that is l square, because r is the length, m1 m2, then it is will be m into m, that is m square, 1 m and 1 m will be cancelled. So m will be moving up, it is m to the power minus 1, l to the power 3, and t to the power minus 2. So this kind of MCQs also come in your term 1 you can say that it is what will be the dimension of the gravitational constant. So you just have to remember this formula, that what is gravitational constant is. From there you can derive the fundamental quantities and give the dimensional formula for the G. Okay, so this is what the formula for the Newton's law of gravitation, and we have derived the gravitational constant. So what the important features of the gravitational force is? That is, the gravitational force between the two masses is independent of intervening medium. What does it mean? That it does not depend on the medium between that two objects. That two objects are on the earth's surface, so gravity will be acting on the every object within the same condition. It only depends on the height, but it does not depend on the medium, so it is independent of medium. Similarly, the gravitational force between the two bodies are also and always can be said that of equal magnitude but will act in the opposite direction. That is, if we take a two object like this, then the force acting on the first object due to the second object will be given as F12, and the object acting, that is a force acting on the second object due to the first object, it will be given as F21. So the F21 and F12 will be on the opposite direction and will be given as the minus sign. That is, they will be of equal magnitude but will be acting in the opposite direction. So we can say that the gravitational force always obeys the Newton's third law of motion, that is, every action will have the opposite reaction. So the law of gravitation strictly holds for the point masses, that is, if having any masses. So we can tell that if it is 1 kg, so you can just tell that the gravitation will strictly hold for the point masses. And between the two point masses is a central force, that is, it will, if we are having the two objects, and the force will be acting at the centered point. So the magnitude will have no angular dependence, that is, if it have distance changed or it will be having at some other point other than the center, then it will be depending on the angular. So it is spherical symmetry, that it will be at the center point from the distance. If it is at 4 meter distance between the two objects, then it will be acting at a center point, that is between the 2 meter. So it does not depend on the angle, it is a spherical one. Similarly, gravitational force is a conservative force, because every object before going in the upward direction, coming in the downward direction, in both the time the gravitational force will be the same, but in the opposite direction. So the gravitational force between the two objects is independent in the presence of their other bodies, right? If any other object is also kept in between, but it will have the same force acting on that object. It will does not depend on the object coming in between. So now, acceleration due to gravity of the earth. So what is the value of the earth, right? We know that force is equal to gm upon r square. So if we take out the mass of the earth, it can be given as, that is, we know that density is equal to mass upon volume. It is density is given by rho, so it is mass upon volume. Now for the mass, it can be given as rho into volume. Now volume is for the spherical body, that is earth in the shape of the sphere. So we'll be using 4 by 3 pi r cube into rho. So mass is given by 4 by 3 pi r cube. Similarly, a point above the earth's surface. So if you take a point above the earth's surface, then we know that the entire mass of the earth is concentrated at its center. Right? It is concentrated at its center. And the gravitational force on the point on the mass m, let us consider this a point mass m. Then the force on this object at point mass m will be given as force is equal to gmm2 upon r square. So if you take this capital M or small m, you can write this. If you take m1 m2, you can use that formula also. So it is above the earth's surface, right? Because it is not taken as a height, but it is above the earth's surface. So the gravitational force at a point outside the earth's surface is just as if the entire mass of the earth is concentrated at its center point. So it is similar to that of the mass of the earth is taken. Okay. Now if it is at the height that is taken below the earth's surface, so it will be that the depth below the earth's surface. So it is, see, the point M is taken below the earth's surface. So the force will be taken as mass m1 will be changed because m2 is taken of the earth. So F is equals to gm1 m2 upon r square. So here m will be taken as, see, one mass is here and the other mass is of the earth. So it is taken, we have already taken out the mass of the earth, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube into rho, that is mass into volume. And similarly the other mass is taken as m. So the force will be gm upon r square into mr cube upon capital R cube. Okay. So it will be taken as gmm upon r upon capital R cube if r is less than r, that is r is the radius of the earth and small r is the distance of the body from the center. So since r is less than r and if r is greater than r, we have already seen that it is gmm upon r square. Okay. So now just relate small g and the capital G. How we can relate? We know that force is equals to mass into acceleration. Now if the body is under the freely fall, then we can say that it is acceleration due to gravity. So force is equals to mg. And now we know that what is the capital G's value will be, that is force is equals to m upon r square. So on taking this both value, that is G's m upon r square is equals to other value is mg. So on taking this m and m will be cancelled. So G will be capital G m upon r square. This is the important formula for your question. Okay, you will be getting the formula for this. That is, if you get the numerical, you can use this formula also. That is G m upon r square. Now for finding out the mass and the gravity, that is density of the earth due to the gravity of the earth, then be taken as G is equals to capital G m upon r square. We know that capital G is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11, and small g is taken as 9.8, right? Small g is taken as 9.8. Do we know the mass of the earth? We have to find out, so it will be taken as x. Now r square, that is the radius of the earth or any object, will be taken as 6.3 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Okay, so on putting this value, we can find out the mass of the earth also, that is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. This you may have read in the 9th class also, that is value of the radius of the earth and taken as radius mass and of the earth, that is mass of the moon and the radius of the moon also. This all are the values which we have taken already in the class 9. Okay, this is the value of the mass of the earth, 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. Okay, and if you take out the density, then this mass is equals to volume into density. So we know that density is equals to 4 by 3 pi r cube into rho. So from here you can find out the value of the mass. From here you can find out the density also, that is mass upon 4 by 3 pi r cube. So because r is given as 6.3 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Similarly mass we have already taken, that is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. So from there you can find out the density also. Okay. So these are the formulas which we have read. That is G is equals to G m upon r square for the acceleration due to gravity on the earth's surface. Mass of the earth is taken as G capital R square upon capital G, that is r is the radius of the earth. For the density, it will be 3g upon 4 pi g r. And for the weight of the body, it is W is equals to mg. And for the Kepler's law, I will be telling you later, because we will be seeing the Kepler's 3 laws of motion and its formulas. Okay. So here we are going to see what the acceleration or what is the value of the g changes with the height. We know that if we take any object at a height h from the earth's surface, so what the g will be given as? When you know that g is given as gm upon r square. Small g is given as capital G m upon r square. We know that if kept at a height h, that is mass is taken at small h, so g h, that is acceleration due to gravity at a point mass due to the height h. So g m upon r plus h whole square, because it is distance from the center of the earth along with the radius is taken as capital R, and the height is due to the point mass which is kept from the distance of the center of the earth. So it will be taken as this, and this is the equation 1. And second equation, that is the point mass kept on the surface of the earth, not taken as the height. So it will be only g, that is g is equals to gm upon r square. So on dividing this both the equations together, we will get that what is the variation of the g with the height, that is altitude of the object kept at a height from the surface of the earth or the center of the earth. That is small gh upon small g, which is given as gm upon r plus h whole square, and it was upon gm upon r square. So r will be in the upward direction and gm will be in the denominator. So it will gm and gm will be cancelled. So r square upon r plus h whole square. This is the formula for the acceleration due to gravity due to a height or change, or due to the altitude also. You can say that due to the change in the altitude on the point mass m. So if we take that the value is r taken as common, then it will become r square will be cancelled, 1 upon h upon r, but it is square. So on taking it as a numerator, then the sign will be changed, or the exponent will be taken as negative, that is minus 2. So 1 plus h upon r to the power minus 2. So now if the height is less than that the radius of the earth, or if the height is greater than that of the radius of the earth, so we will get the different values. So here are the formulas which we have read. The decrease in the value of the g at a height h, because whenever we take the object at some height h from the center of the earth. As the height will increase, the g will be decreased, that is acceleration due to gravity will decrease, that is g minus gh. That is, whatever the gravity acting on the body on the surface of the earth and decrease in the gravity due to the height, so it will be taken as gh. So it is given as 2gh upon r, and if a percentage decrease, it will be multiplied to 100. So loss in weight will be mg minus mg, due to the height there will be loss in the weight also. So this is what the formulas which we have to use in the numericals. That is 1 minus 2h upon r. Because this minus 2 will come by the binomial theorem, this minus 2 will come in between, that is 1 plus is given, the plus will be changed into minus 2. So it will be 1 minus 2h upon r. Okay, that is height is less than that of the radius of the earth. Now if we talk about the variation of the g due to the depth, that is if the body is kept less than that of the radius of the earth, so it is kept in the depth of the earth. So we know that g is equal to gm upon r square, right? And going to the depth, the value will be changed. So what the value will be, that is gd, it is given as, that is gh was the due to the height of the object kept at the from the surface of the earth, and if this is the object kept at the depth d from the radius of the earth, it will be taken as gd. So gd will be given as gm upon r minus d, because distance is already in the depth, so it will be less than that of the radius, so it will be r minus d, and when we take a height that is more than that of the radius, so it will be h plus r. So here it will be r minus d, so r minus d whole square, and m will be that of the mass of the earth, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube into density rho. So r is changed into r minus d. So on taking this value, the ratio will be gd is equal to g 1 minus d upon r, and for that of the height, due to the height, it is taken as g 1 minus 2h upon r. So it will be twice that of the height, and here it will be d upon r. Okay, so it is gravity due to the change of this with the change in the distance, that is if it taken the above the surface of the earth, it will be due to the height. If it is taken inside the earth, that is less than the radius of the earth, it will be taken as the depth. Okay. Now what is gravitational potential? We know that the potential energy is due to the rest condition of the body. Now but what is gravitational potential? So this is the potential energy due to the gravity. So work done per unit mass is given as a gravitational potential. So what does mean that gravitational potential at a point in the gravitational field is defined as the amount of work done on that object per unit mass. That is, whatever the value of the work done on that mass due to the gravity is taken as the gravitational potential energy. So is the potential energy associated with the mass due to the gravity on the other body. So what is the gravitation at a point due to the earth? So this will be the negative direction, because it will be the opposite to that of the body kept in the surface. So it will be minus gm upon r square, and we know that work done per unit mass will be taken as the gravitational potential, so it will be divided by m, so it will be gm upon r square. So if you take the gravitational potential energy and the normal gravitational potential, so for gravitational potential energy, it will be taken as u, and if you talk about gravitational potential, it will be gmm upon r. Okay, so potential energy will be the product of the gravitational potential into mass, so that is mgh we used to take for the linear one. Here the gravitational potential is taken, so it will be gmm upon r. So what are the formulas which we have read? That is E, intensity of the gravitational field will be given as what intensity, that is whatever the force experienced by the mass on the earth, that what the force we are experiencing due to that of the earth. So force experienced by a unit mass due to the earth's gravity is said to be the intensity of the gravitational field. So it is taken as force upon m. Okay, we know that the force is given as gm upon r square. M and m will be cancel each other, so it will be gm upon r square, and the gravitational potential, it will be given gm upon r. Gravitational potential will be given as potential into mass, that is gmm upon r, and that is intensity, again it can be given as dv upon dr, that is change of the gravitational potential with respect to the distance. So total kinetic energy will be given as, that is whatever the energy possessed by a body will be the sum of the kinetic as well as the potential energy. So kinetic energy is given as half mv square, and the gravitational potential energy is given as gmm upon r. So taking these values, we will be useful in the numericals also. So the next one, that is find the intensity of a gravitational field when a force of 100 Newton acts on a body of mass 10 kg in the gravitational field. It is given the force, that is 100 Newton acting on a body of mass 10 kg. So mass is also given. So we have to find out the intensity. Intensity is the gravitational force experienced by a unit mass. So it is force upon mass, which will be given as 100 Newton upon 10 kg, which is 10 Newton per kg. So this is the intensity. See the next one, that is two bodies of mass 10 kg and 1000 kg are at a distance 1 meter. The distance can be given as 1 meter, at which point on the line that will be the gravitational field intensity will be 0. So if the distance be x, then the other one is 1 minus x, because total distance is taken as 1 meter. So if one distance, that is, we are assuming that at a point where the intensity will be 0, that will be the distance as x. So other one will be 1 minus x. To taking this both, we know that gm upon r square, this is the potential or the gravitational potential or the intensity of the gravitational field, taken as gm upon r square. So that is m is taken as 10 kg once, and other one will be taken as 1000 kg. So I'm just solving this equation, because when the intensities will be 0, then the force should always be equal, then only the intensity can be 0, because force experienced by a unit mass. We are taking the two masses, so the gravitational intensity will be taken as equal. So gm upon r square will be equal to other gm upon r square. G will be cancel each other. So on solving this equation, we will be getting that x is equal to 1 by 11 meter. So if they are kept at a distance of 1 meter to each other, then the intensity will be only 0, where it will be 1 upon 11 meter. Okay. So here are the topics which we have learned for the gravitation. These are the important topics. In the next section, I will be telling you about the orbits, that is geostationary orbits, satellites, artificial, natural satellites, escape velocity. Okay, so if it orbital velocity also. So if you see the topics, we will be completing this chapter. So in the portion, think that the numericals overweightage will be due to the first chapter, that is physical world and the units and dimensions. Second one, that is motion in straight line and the motion in plane. And then the third one, that is laws of motion. And from here, that is gravitation and the rotational motion, the weightage is less. So think that you have to read according to the topics itself. Try to see your syllabus. Okay, try to see your syllabus and then tally the topics. And given the topics in the syllabus, you just by heart that topics. Because I know for your term 1, the topics for the exam you will be reading. But after this, for the competitive level, you just have to go through the every topic, right? So you have to see each and every topics and have to read the book. So better to read each and every topic given in the book, because the deleted syllabus is only for the corona time period. But after that, for the competitive, the level will not be changing, right? So you have to read through the whole book. Okay. So thank you, class.